I wasn't happy when I moved to Curtis Bay.
Please, 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 don't ever pick up any drugs, man. It's not worth it, man.
I'd never tried a drug until I was 30 years old.
I had back surgery, and then I was on a Percocet, and I was on those for a whole year.
I don't care if you're selling drugs or you're getting high with drugs. You're never gonna be happy.
We paid the drug man. And I was never happy after that.
I had to watch behind my back. I had to worry about people following me, somebody trying to rob me, all that shit, man.
Picking up a cigarette is dangerous enough. Picking up a beer, dangerous enough, because you probably turn into a raging alcoholic and take out a family of 5. But as far as the drug is concerned, that little way it makes you feel good for a little while, it's temporary, I promise you that. It's temporary. You're dead within 20 years.
At the age of, I'm gonna say 10, I started drinking first. That was my first drug of choice. And then about 18, I had gotten in a car accident, so I started taking Percocets. I took Percocets for at least, 15 years, so I was like 33. And I wound up getting a dirty urine. I had cocaine in my system. So they put me off the Percs. So Percs was like, and Oxycontin was off the, they was like $80 a pill, $90 a pill, $100 a pill. I couldn't afford that shit. So I was with my cousin one day. He was like, man, what you try to do? I said, man, I ain't doing that shit. He said, it's only $5. Man, I put that shit up at me. Yeah, I thought I had I thought I was King George. $5, I had a plan. I said, man, for $5, and I can't go wrong with this. But my habit got worse and worse and worse. As you can see, I got abscesses on my hand. My feet swollen. I got sugar diabetes. So I really need to check myself into the hospital for real, because if I don't, I ain't gonna be here long. You know. And my name is Demontae. I've been out here since 21. I moved out here from Westside Shopping Center. And it was Westside Shopping Center, it was more free for me to move out there because I ain't have to spend as much money because they was giving out cheese everywhere over there, every day. So I was doing testing runs every day, getting like 5 tests. I didn't need to buy no dope for a couple of days, you know. So when I came out here, they were still charging $10 a pill. I thought they was trying to burn me. It was like over there was $5 a pill. They was like, I said, they was like, whatever $5. Like, I said, for what? They said, that pill was $10. I said, man, I get the fuck out of here. But I didn't. I ended up getting clean for like a year. And I've been watching Block ever since. I've been watching Block and then doing back and forth, selling shit. But selling shit don't work with me because I'm my best customer. I'm my best customer, I can tell you. But y'all want to know anything else?
How old are you?
I'm 53.
Say it again.
I'm 53 years old.
I mean, what would you say to the kids?
And I got shot in 2014. I lost my eye. I got shot in my face.
Out here?
No, this was out in Irvington. By that school. What's that school out there? There's apartments out there. There's a school like about Irvington, Baltimore, Hilton, like that way.
I mean, I know the area, but I don't
Yeah, I was coming out the woods from getting high, and this little motherfucker put the gun up in my face. I had $100 in my pocket. He said, you know what this is? So I was grabbing my money and I was giving it to him. I turned around and the nigga blasted me in my face. But you know, I thought it was over the drugs, but it wasn't. It was over. My girl was messing with this nigga and he was trying to get rid of me. And that shit comes with the game, you know. And she had like she knew nothing about it. But that's the shit that happens in this game, man.
Let me ask you this: what would you say to any kids that's thinking about trying drugs and doing this shit?
What I'm gonna say to y'all is, please, don't ever pick up any drugs, man. It's not worth it, man. Go to school, man. Get your education, man. Find yourself a good lady, man, and have a family, man. Be happy, man. Because in the drug game, you know, be happy. I don't care.
Say it again.
I said, I don't care if you're selling drugs or you're getting high with drugs. you're never gonna be happy. I have sold drugs, I've seen so much money. I have had $20,000 in my hand for selling drugs, but I wasn't happy at all. You know what I mean? So, I had to watch behind my back, I had to worry about people following me, somebody trying to rob me, all that shit, man. So
do you ever think you gonna get clean though?
yeah, I do. I just gotta make that move, man. But it get harder and harder every day that I sit out here and keep getting high though. But like I said, man, I tell all the kids, man, do not touch any of these drugs, man. It's not worth it.
So what would it take for you to get clean though?
To go to the hospital, get some time away from the city, or well, not the city, but just go to a detox and then go to a program.
I mean, shit. So now, if you was to get yourself cleaned up and come back out here, do you think you would be able to maintain the state?
If I was to do that, I would be an advocate. I would try to help people like y'all. I mean, I would do stuff like this and try to help people get in the program and straighten their life up. You know.
Well, he do know a decent program. He can give you the information.
Yeah, I take it.
I get it from getting it up and next time. You know, I really
Okay. Yeah, God is good, man. Everything happens for a reason.
That's all
man.
we got in this.
Yeah,
that's all we got.
And you gotta believe in them, man. If you don't, man, you know, like you said, that's all we got, man. That's all I got right now, so. You know, and you always.
That's all any of us
got.
I don't care what anybody else think. That's all we got.
You know what? And I tell everybody, went for him, I wouldn't be here today. You know what I mean? I've been through so much stuff, man. Like, it's amazing, man. That where other people would have been at, where they're at, with the stuff I've been through, and I'm still here, man. So there's got to be something on here, man, that he want me to do before I go leave this earth, man. You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we can offer you help now. I definitely understand what you're saying when you say what you just said.
Right.
So we can offer you help now. Would you take it?
Yeah. I mean.
I'm talking about right now.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like today, I probably wouldn't leave. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm being straight up, man. You know what I mean? I already got my drugs up in me, my dope up in me. You know what I mean? Like, if I was ill and y'all put up to me, I probably would. One of them messed up days, yeah. Yeah, well, I wish I had, y'all leave me a phone number, man. When I mess up days, man, might just make that call, man.
But what about your wounds? Everything, you look like you got infections going on right there in your hands.
Yeah, my hand, yeah. I gotta take care of that, because I don't want to get no blood infection. I went to not Maryland General, but University of Maryland 3 weeks ago, and they did all these tests, and they said I didn't have no blood infection. But I did have an infection, but I didn't have no blood infection. They did all these tests, you know, and my liver getting weak, and my heart getting a little weak too, so I gotta start doing right.
So would you say that's from the xylazine that's in the heroin?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you explain the feeling that it gives you when you use it?
It makes you in a dreamy state. You know, a lot of people think it's the dope, but it's not the dope. It's the xylazine. And the xylazine is a tranquilizer. And the tranquilizer, it puts you, like I said, in a dreamy state. That's what I know about it, so I can't speak to that. Yo, I had a license yesterday.
No, my shit is gone. They don't come upstairs.
No. What are you talking about? I got the lady yesterday.
What you gotta do?
You left it in the goddamn shed. Man, yes you did, man.
Do what the fuck you gotta do. Touch my shit again, bitch.
No, I'm a bitch.
I had a promise that you can't, bitch.
No, I'm a bitch.
All my shit is gone. How the fuck my wallet?
I ain't take your shit.
All my shit, the wallet, all that shit. The fuck is you talking about?
I hope my story helps somebody, man. I really do, man.
My name is Brian Kent. They call me Tattoo down here because I am a local tattoo artist, and I am, in 4 days, I'll be 62 years old. And I've been out here for 33 years. This neighborhood has dropped a lot in the past 10 years. It's really gotten bad. I was an addict when I moved to this neighborhood, and I have since gotten clean because you have to. I mean, you just have to. I am ill. I'm sick. I have lung cancer. and I am doing my best to walk the line, the normal line. I've seen so much happen down here. I've seen so many lives be lost. I've seen so many lives be destroyed. I lost my wife and my children being down here to drugs, and it's not good. It's not acceptable. The mayor of this city needs to make a change, and they need to make a change in Curtis Bay. They need to try to make Curtis Bay a preference to them, a priority to them. I know that the president himself doesn't want to even step foot in this area, but I know that the people here, there are still some people here that care about this town. I am one of them. I happen to care a lot about this town. I work for local churches. I volunteer my time 4 days a week. I'd like to think that there's other people in this town that are willing to do the same thing.
Let me ask you a question. How did you start getting out?
I actually am a little different than some people. I didn't actually start because I had the interest to do drugs. I'd never tried a drug until I was 30 years old. Never even smoked marijuana. I don't even take Tylenol for a headache. But one day, I met a woman who turned out to be my third wife. And she dumped a bag of powder cocaine on the mirror in front of me, and I said, "What's that?" I knew what it was. Didn't know how it was going to make me feel. I sniffed a little bit of it. It made me feel good. And right away, I was hooked. But then she and I had distanced apart because she was all about the drug and I wasn't. I wasn't interested in the drug anymore. She wanted to continue doing them, so there was only one answer. I had to leave her. I had to get away from her, and I left her. But unfortunately, I've had loss in my life. I've had trauma in my life. I have 8 children. I've lost 4 of them. I've had to put 4 of my children in the ground. I've lost too many friends and too many very, very close people. And I don't know that that's an excuse because I'm looking at it as an excuse, but I relapse. I relapse every single time something traumatizing happens in my life. And when my wife left me, I thought, I was gonna go the right way. I gave myself to Jesus Christ. I became born again 17 years ago, and I thought that was the right way. But then bad things happen in my life, and I fall right back into the past.
The drugs are a coping mechanism.
They are a coping, because it's what they call self-medicating, and yes, we are self-medicating. I'm thankful that I never went to the hard drug like heroin. I never ever thought about trying heroin because I don't want to be self-reliant on methadone, because that is the government's way of keeping us. They keep us under wraps when they put you on methadone. But I was never, I don't want to say stupid enough, because I don't feel I don't feel that way. I don't want to ever look down on somebody.
What is your big advice to getting high today? You know what I'm saying? What draws you in? Is it a female?
It's always a female.
I know you run with chicks.
Yeah, I run with all of them. Yeah, it's always a female. It's a female that I'm not like most men. That drug was an aphrodisiac for me. That drug fed me. That drug gave me the urge to want to hang out with these girls. If I didn't have the drug, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with not having the drug because I don't go through the withdrawal. But I want to have the companionship. I live alone. I've lived alone for 7 years now. I choose to live alone as far as a companion is concerned, because I am terminally ill. I don't want to break a woman's heart. I don't want to break somebody's heart. I don't want to draw them in, establish all these feelings, have them establish feelings for me, and then I die on them. I don't want to do that to somebody because it's been done so many times to me and I know what it feels like. So I prefer to just have friends with benefits. And that's basically all they are, friends with benefits.
Do they all as well indulge, or is it?
Oh man, all the girls down here, they all indulge. Every one of them. Every stinking one of them. That one too. That one too. That's where she just saw me, so that's why she walked around. She was on her way over to my house. That's where she's going. She's new to the neighborhood. Her and her husband just moved down here. She's got a southern accent, really sweet southern accent. The courts down here, all you find down there are a bunch of zombies. That's why we call it Zombie Land. You've got so many people that walk around without a care in the world, other than getting high, and they don't care who they hurt to get high. They have chased. I used to live down in those courts years ago, and they have chased so many nice people away from their homes. There were homeowners down there that just said, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm not going to keep calling the police. I'm not going to keep chasing you off my curb or off my deck or off my back steps. I'm just going to board up my house and move out. And next thing you know, somebody breaks into their house and they burn it to the ground. Because that's what's happened to all those houses down there. It's all the zombies sitting in their yard during the wintertime trying to stay warm. Next thing you know, a house catches fire. And one house down here turns into 5 houses. One house does not burn on its own because they are row houses. They will all go up. And they've chased families out of them. There was a story about one of the working girls down there was staying in a vacant house, and there were some other homeless people in that vacant house getting high. One of them had a child. One of them had a baby. They were all in that house. And this working girl walked in and said, y'all better get out of here because I'm about to burn this house down. She wasn't kidding. She dumped some gasoline in a bathtub full of full of paper trash, and she lit the house on fire. That house burned 3 houses. And when the fire department was there, she literally walked out of the burning building with her skin melting off of her. And all because they said that she was bipolar, she had a lot of mental issues, but it was all because of the drug. It's all because of the drug. She didn't have the drug, and somebody else in the house might have been doing it, and somebody else in the house might have had their drug, but didn't want to share it, so she got mad. And her way of getting mad, or getting even, all right, if I can't get high, none of you are going to get high. And she set the place on fire. It's just the way it is down here. These people just don't think. They don't think.
So would you say you seen this neighborhood turn out a lot of females?
Yes, absolutely. This neighborhood has a tendency of, well, you know, I can't really say it just turns out females because there's some brothers out here that have turned out too. And it's not just the women, but yeah. And that's the thing. When they put the fentanyl in this crack cocaine now, it's making you crave it more. Now, when I first time I ever tried cocaine, I didn't have a physical addiction to it. It was a mental addiction. But now, it's got a little mental addiction to it, a physical addiction to it, where you have to have it. If you don't have it, your body's cranky. You know, I'm an old man as it is, but I'm not a cranky old man. But I feel like I'm a cranky old man when I don't have my medicine. But it is what it is. I thought that I would never, ever pick up any kind of physical addiction like that. Because cocaine never did that to me. If I didn't want it, I didn't have it. If I didn't have it, I didn't need it. And I didn't do it. And I was okay with that. That's why I never ventured over into the heroin or to the more opiates. Because something like that, you have to have it. And now with this cocaine thing, now you're starting to have it. And it kind of sucks. Although you don't need a recovery, you don't need a rehab for recovery from cocaine, you I don't even think they offer places for you to go to get off of cocaine. But
a documentary?
I've always turned one way, and that is to pick up the Bible. Read some scriptures out of the Bible, and the taste or the urge that you once had to get high is gone. And I promise you that. It will work. It worked for me over and over again. It will work.
How'd you fall back then?
I fell back because I chose to fall back. I am terminally ill, and I do have a lot of body pain. My cancer's caused my joints to hurt a lot. And when I get up in the morning, sometimes it takes me a half hour to get out of bed because I'm in that much pain. And I used to tell my father was 6'6" when he was still alive. When he died, he was 6'2". He lost 4 inches because he could not walk straight up. And that's what I find myself in the morning. When I get up in the morning to go to work or to go to the church, it literally takes me a block and a half before my joints actually free up to where I can walk straight up and down. Otherwise, I walk bent over. And I mean, I am 62, but I'm a pretty healthy 62 for somebody that my age, because I've been very, very active my entire life. I don't stay dormant. I don't sit still. I'm not lazy, and I sure as heck would rather get up than I would to sleep. I'd rather get up and move around. There were times where I used to walk 5 miles a day. Easy, 5 miles a day. I haven't had a driver's license in quite a few years because of my street racing days, but I decided that it was time for me to start walking around. Get up and move around, and that's what keeps my heart healthy. And I do have a very healthy heart. It's just the rest of me that's not so healthy.
So would you say addiction is a disease?
Addiction is an extreme disease. It's a disease worse than syphilis. It's a disease worse than HIV. It's a bad disease. And unfortunately, until we get more help for these people, and that's another thing. This town, Brooklyn, has no assistance for men. Nothing. There's nothing down here that helps a man. But we're sitting in front of the building called The Well, which helps women. There's a building down the road that helps women. None of these places help men. Men are homeless too. Men are addicts too. Sometimes we put ourselves into the ground because we do everything we can to make our women happy, to provide for them. Sometimes we'll have to go without to provide for them. But there's already places to assist them. There's just no places to assist us. I used to run a soup kitchen down here at St. Paul's Church down on Pennington Avenue in Curtis Bay. And every Thursday night we used to serve 120 people on the average. We'd give them a hot meal every Thursday night. And I did this for years. And COVID hit. The church closed down, obviously, because COVID kept everybody in. Well, when COVID was over, the church never let us come back. They wouldn't allow us to come back. So everybody down here goes hungry. The Well used to give you lunch bags, bag lunches every day. Well, 3 days a week. And they only do it now for women. They will not feed a man. They will not give a man a lunch. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. It's going to be a man that's going to clean up the glass when one of these angry people throw a brick through their window because they wouldn't give them a lunch. So it's going to be the man that has to come in there and sweep all that glass up and replace the glass when it all comes down. And that's the shame of it. They chose to turn their backs on the men, all because they only want to help the women. But it is what it is. Like I say, I volunteer 3 days a week at my church. I bring home boxes and boxes and boxes of food. What's the first thing I do? I give it out. I take care of people around me. That's what I do. And that's what I'll continue doing until the man upstairs calls on me.
Let me ask you this. What would you say you spend a day on drugs?
A day? I don't spend that much anymore. There's been times where I'll spend $100, $150 a day on cocaine. But I don't do that anymore. It's nowhere near that. I'm lucky. Sometimes I may not even spend $20 the whole day. There are lucky days because, like I said, I am a tattoo artist. I get lucky and I get a couple customers to call my phone, and when they do, I run to go do the tattoo.
How long? I mean, let me ask you this: how long you been getting high?
Oh, for quite a while, years and years, probably like 35 years.
Do you remember how you started?
Yeah, I had back surgery, put me on Percocets, and off the race it went. Yeah. So I put myself, I went out doing a little bit of time in jail. I said, take me straight to the recovery place, Gardenia. And that's where I went at. Did 4 or 5 months there, and now I'm clean as a whistle. And I gained all my weight back. That's all I want to do is work.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll get ready to make a movie.
That's why it's so hot.
What?
That's why it's so hot.
Thank you.
What's going on with you, sir?
I'm good.
You behaving?
Yes, ma'am. Look at
You picked up some weight and everything.
Yep.
He's just gonna start back over again.
Say that.
Yeah.
We praying for him. We praying for him.
You're gonna make me bust a cap.
Oh, now you talk to the wrong person.
Yeah, you got 2 caps. Take care of my family.
So how long you said how long you been getting high for?
Like
Previously?
35 years or so. But now I haven't done anything for over a year now. It's been over a year.
So how old was you when you first started getting high?
20s, 25, 30.
So who introduced you to your first drug?
Well, I kind of introduced myself because, like I say, I had back surgery, and then I was on a Percocet, and I was on those for a whole year. It wouldn't take me off of them. And then that stopped, so somebody said, this here will help you. In the Bay, of course. This here will help you, and off to the races.
So how do you feel now that you're clean?
I feel 100% better. I'm back to the old me, you know what I mean? I'm never going back again, man. I'm done. I've learned a valuable lesson. Too much money, and I don't want to do it anyway. I had no desire for it.
So I mean, now I'm gonna ask you a kind of first question because I know you're an old lady, and so I've seen and heard from her about how you working with her to try and get her straight.
Right, exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
what is your?
My goal is to get her straight. She has to. I can't be around stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be around it. Not
so
that she
feel
does.
like if she continues, it'll bring you down.
It's gonna bring me down. I'm not going down no more, man. I'll just take a little pause. You know what I mean? That's what I'll have to do. I got to do what I got to do. But she's doing good now. She's doing a lot better.
Yeah,
You know, she gained a lot of weight. You notice that? She gained all her weight back since I've been home. So she's, I love her and she loves me, man.
God willing,
Yeah.
everything come together.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: are you willing to leave her if she doesn't stop?
That's my plan, but it's going to be hard to do. But she, we've been together almost 17 years, so I think she's going to do that before me. You know what I mean? She's not going to take that over me. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. But if we have to pause for a little bit, that's what I got to do. I'm not going down no more, man. I'm done. I feel better. I look better. Gain my weight back.
I put you like this. She was out here last night, and she had dropped for 20 hours. She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, I can't go home. He's gonna think I got high."
There you
oh,
go.
No.
See?
She stumbled out here until she felt that.
Yeah.
20 hours.
Yeah. She came. She come and told me.
Yeah.
She tells me everything, man.
That-
So would you say that you were forced to get clean?
Yes. And I thank the judge. I thank the prosecutor. And because if I wouldn't have went to jail, I wouldn't have had my head start against this. You know what I mean? So I got a head start by being in jail. And I went right from jail right to the recovery place, Gardenia. And I stayed there for 5 months. My wife was with me all the way through. So I knew she's gonna do this. She's gonna do it for me, but I don't want her to do it for me. I want her to do it for herself. But I want it for me too, but more for her.
Do you have days where you fight temptation?
No, sir. I have none at all. All I care about is going out 7 days a week, rain providing, and I work. That's what takes my mind off everything. Got my tools with me every day. I'm ready to work every day, 7 days.
I don't try to spend too much money on the drug anymore. Now, back in the day, I'm telling you a horror story here. I'd come home from working a tattoo party. I'd make $1,000 in cash, cold hard cash. By morning, I didn't even have money for cigarettes. That's how bad my wife and I had it. She would send me down the street for 100 here, 100 there, 100 here, 100 there. Next thing you know, you wake up, and you're up all night. You wake up in the morning, kids come to me and say, Daddy, can we go across the street and get some ice cream? Man, you know how terrifying that is to answer your child when he says that to you. And we were blessed because our children never knew that we were doing drugs. They never ever caught us. They never ever had any stinkling or any idea. But they were intelligent kids, so I'm sure they had the fucking point when we didn't have the money when they wanted to go across the street. Hey, Daddy, weren't you out working all evening last night? I saw you counting money with Mommy. How come you don't have money for ice cream? Yeah, man, it's. If I could take all that back, if I could take it all back, I would do things differently. I would do things way differently. I would have never moved to Curtis Bay. See, I used to have a nice house in Edgewater. I lost it because of drugs. So what did I do? I moved to the cheapest place I can move to, and that was Baltimore. And I came down here, and my wife and I got a house down on Pennington Avenue, and we didn't stop doing the drugs. We couldn't pay our rent down there. We couldn't pay our lights. We paid the drug man. And I was never happy after that. And I gotta say that I wasn't happy when I moved to Curtis Bay.
So what would you say to anybody that's thinking about trying drugs and starting to do
Wow,
drugs?
okay, here's the deal. If you ever want to try drugs, don't. Picking up a cigarette is dangerous enough. Picking up a beer, dangerous enough, because you probably turn into a raging alcoholic and take out a family of 5. But as far as the drug is concerned, that little way it makes you feel good for a little while, it's temporary, I promise you that. It's temporary. You're dead within 20 years. And if you're a young person hearing this, and you're a young person, because I have met a lot of young people that were doing drugs at 13, 14 years old. If you can avoid this, avoid it. Stay away from drug addicts. Get yourself a mentor. Get yourself somebody that's older, that's been through it, that will promise you or lead you in the right direction. And I promise you, you'll have a better life. This is not the life. It's not the life for anybody. Nobody. And I wouldn't recommend it.
Would you say this is your end?
This is my end. No, that's absolutely. I'm not going to ever make it out of Curtis Bay. This is where I'm going to die. And chances are, and I used to make a joke about this, and I'm not going to laugh about it because it's no longer a joke, but I'm going to die with a woman on my lap, probably a crack pipe in my hand, and maybe a smile on my face. But it's all going to be because of this. Because I can't seem to find a start. Can't seem to find a different start. So stay away from it.